welcome back here. Going to continue the server tour. Got a couple exits to this place. I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here. Nice little pathway there. So yeah, over there we got Thomas's house, Tommy 4991, and then just beyond that is Trianglon, Jesse, who was just on a minute ago. And I'll go ahead and close the door behind me. Alright, and so, I have a nice little railway here. I'm going to take that in a little bit too, but I want to continue on. First, let me show you the basement before I do anything else, and yeah, that's the very loud nether portal right here that we have down in the basement. So you come down here, and if you want to go to hell, you go that way. And again, this is the mining company, so when I first started, I actually just dug a mine straight down, and got a nice little water drop here. So yeah, you can hear that. This is an homage to The Walking Dead, if you didn't already catch that. So basically, as I mined, I just kind of shut everything up behind me. I just strip mined this whole place, and I closed it behind me, took all my torches with me, and boarded it up. So it's completely dark in there, but there are tons of zombies in there. Could be a fun little excursion at some point to go zombie hunting, if ever we feel the need. I've got plenty of them living right down there. Doesn't take much, and it fills up pretty quickly. So it's actually pretty creepy at times too, but yeah, fun. Actually, the skin that I have on right now is actually Daryl from The Walking Dead, so currently the skin I'm rocking. So let me just get up out of this pit here. And there we go. Alright, close that behind me so I don't accidentally fall in. And I've got a little boiler room in here. This is actually where I do all my cooking and smelting. Got all my furnaces lined up. This is actually right underneath the stairway that was outside that leads up to my main entrance, which is like right above me right here. So then I got a little coal box so I can store everything. And I'm good to go. Alright. And, oh my gosh, it's almost night again. Alright, so right over here is the train station. This is the Jingle Taco Railway. Called it that because Mutant Taco and I, Jingle 87, we both decided to make a railway between our places. We were kind of the two furthest apart, so we wanted to have a quick and easy way to get back and forth and transport stuff to each other. So that little building over there is actually a switch that we have because we actually branched it off, and we can kind of switch to go over towards Thomas's place, and there's another switch further down the line too that goes off to Caleb's. And eventually we're going to expand this train track to go completely off in the other direction towards Ali's place, and his username is Futurefoe. He has a fantastic ranch, which we're going to look at later. It's mind-blowing how amazingly awesome it is. He's got some building skills. And he just started too, so that's even more mind-blowing. Started a couple months ago. We have a railway, a walkway actually, that it's a giant road that goes all the way out that way and leads straight to the mesa biome that we found. It's about 8,000 meters away. Ali's place is not that far. It's kind of just over on the other side of the jungle there. So we'll take a look at that. This blue little contraption here is, as you can see, a railway, and it goes underground. So it's actually an underground delivery system that Mutant Taco and I both put together, and you can kind of see it down there too. That cobble tunnel goes there, breaks out in a couple places, and it just heads all the way straight over to his place. So we've used minecarts and chests to actually trade stuff back and forth, give stuff to each other anytime we need. It's pretty convenient. So this is the station. This is the Mountvale station on the train track. So I kind of went with a pretty cool wood design there. You can see, nothing too crazy. I got the arrivals come in here on the track, and you've got the platform right here to stand on, and you've got some spare carts and other odd ends in there. So you can start out over here and head on over. You got departures on this side and arrivals over here. So yeah, this railway over here actually goes down underground and kind of spirals downward. That is a railway that I have over to the bottom of Thomas's place, because he has another portal over there, and our server used to have, because our nether portals were all so close together, you would enter in one and come out in a different one, and the one under his place was always the one I would come out at. So every time I went into the nether, even if I entered from my portal in here, it was taking me back to the overworld through his portal. So it was a long walk back every time, and he's like deep down underground too. So I decided to make a tunnel with a railway. It kind of goes along this way and comes down underground, and then spirals straight upward into my train station. So it's pretty cool. I don't use it as much anymore because I actually went in and fixed all of our portals. Kind of used all the mechanics of how nether portals work to align everything. So now everything has an exact 1-to-1 ratio, and we have a little hub in the nether, which I'll show you guys later too, about kind of just beneath the height limit in the nether as well. And it's branches off in all kinds of different directions and takes us each to our own portals at our own little houses here. So it's a quick and easy way to get back and forth, especially with, like, you know, Ali's place over there. It's about, I think, 1,000 blocks or so. So it's a quick way if I just want to get over there briefly. So yeah, everything with that works right now. That's the train station. This here is a little flag, actually. When I first started on the server, I made a flag just out of a couple of pieces of cobble in the middle, some torches, and dirt. It's really cheesy, but I've never been able to bring myself to take it down. I've always wanted to kind of make something a little bit nicer for a flag, but this was the first thing that I did to actually claim my land, so I didn't want to get rid of it. I probably will at some point convert it into something nicer, but it works for now. And as you can see, I don't know if you've noticed this by now or not, but I've been outside in the dark and haven't really gotten bugged at all by any mobs. They're all down there, but it's kind of hard for them to get up here. They can, technically, still. Every now and then I'll get a zombie up here, maybe an enderman or two, but it takes them so long. They don't track me from down there, and if they do, it takes them quite a long time to even get up here, just because of how steep the mountain is. So that was another part of the reason why I chose to make my base up here. Now nothing is blocked in over here, but if you look down there, all the walkways are fenced in. So everything that I made in my town was designed with the intention to make it completely safe to walk around in at night. Kind of almost like, I mean, go back to Walking Dead again, kind of almost like Woodbury, like just a place that was completely safe from any zombies, hostile mobs, or anything. Now, up top here, it's not technically 100% safe, but if I were to go around the corner here and out into this section right here, I can open it up. Pressure plate closes it behind me, and now I am secure. So I've got the ability to kind of walk around and see everything in my town at night without even having to worry about any mobs. So I got another little entry for the train station over here, and on the back as well. This is a little bakery that I set up, little quaint town house, and I just have, you know, standard supplies in here, foodstuffs, things of that nature, bone meal, etc. And this actually over here is one of this, probably the second or third thing I built, a little agricultural complex. So I want to do something a little unique instead of making just a standard field for my crops. So I ended up doing it kind of like a greenhouse. So you can kind of come in here, and this is like, that's technically a little bridge that you kind of walked over. And this is not suspended. I have posts on all the sides, so it's not just like sticking out in midair or anything. I actually kind of made sure that it makes sense when I built it. So that's one of the things that we try to do on the server, is make things obey the laws of physics. and not just make some crazy ridiculous contraption out in the middle of the sky, you know. So I've got water underneath these rows here. So all along here I've got water, and then I've got my wheat that I can harvest at will. And if you look here, I have a little sign telling you where to go: sugarcane, melon, carrot, and livestock down this way. So I can kind of take this down here to the second lower level. So my sugarcane, melon, and carrot right beneath us here. And I got to put some of the sugarcane back, but I got everything else in here. And if I continue on, I've got, oh, pumpkins. Yeah, I used to have pumpkins in here too. So I can actually continue to go down further. You get a nice little overview of the town from up here too. But spiral downward and come out here. And this used to be full of cows and chickens and everything, but I migrated them all out. Right now I'm just using it for my horses. Well, donkeys, technically. So, and I'll show you those horses later. But right now I have my donkey here, Don King. Bonus points if you get the reference. And then over here I have a mule, and of course it's Ferris Mueller. I'm not going to lie, I stole that name from the Minecraft server. That was my inspiration for that name. It was just too perfect. I had to do it here too. So there we go. I'm going to write around on those later. I have a entryway that is only accessible when you're on a horse, and you can't open it any other way. So that was pretty cool. I was kind of proud of that. So let me exit over here, and you can kind of see there's the greenhouse from outside. And I've got the town over here. So let me go ahead and take a look over at the clock tower.